Hello everyone, and welcome to this tutorial on how to create your very own Azure Container App on Azure Portal. In this video, I'll guide you through each step on the Azure Portal, from setting up basic details and configuring your container image to enabling ingress, adding tags, reviewing all the overarching settings, and finally configuring autoscaling. By the end, you'll have a fully functional containerized application running on Azure, complete with dynamic scaling to handle your workload. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So you should be able to see my screen now. We'll go ahead and click on Create a Resource. Once we click on Create a Resource, we'll search for Container Apps. And we'll see we have Container Apps. We'll click on Create Container App. And now we're going to be brought to the configuration page. This first page is where we define all the basics. It's where we define the essential information about our new container app. We'll start by selecting the subscription that we will be billed for this resource. If you don't have a subscription already, I'll drop a link in the description of this video where you can create a free Azure account and also get some free credits to help you get started. After that, we'll create or select a resource group. This is essentially a logical container for related Azure resources. I've picked a resource group I have created for myself right here that was already pre-made. Next, we're going to have our container name. In this case, I'll call it ACA demo. And below that, we have deployment source. We'll decide whether we'll deploy a pre-built container image or let Azure build a container from source code. In this example, we're going to go with the container image. And then finally, you select the region closest to you, or closest rather to the users for optimal performance. So in this case, I'm using the default East US. And finally, we have the Container Apps environment. An environment acts as a secure boundary for one or more container apps. So once these basics are set, we can go ahead and click Next, go to the Container tab. And here we're going to actually configure our container. So we can see we have an option to use a quick start image. If we don't want to use a quick start image provided by Azure, we can leave that option disabled. And in this case, we're going to leave it disabled. We then can give our container a name. In this case, ACA demo is already pre-populated. So I'm going to leave it as is. It can match the app name or be different. Under image source, we decide whether we're pulling from an Azure Container Registry or Docker Hub or another registry. In this case, we're going to be pulling from Docker Hub, a public repo, a public image rather, that's been created by HashiCorp. So we'll go ahead and put the HashiCorp image that we will be pulling from. It's a simple hello world, so that way we can test and confirm if everything is working correctly. In the registry field, we select the specific registry we'll use. For example, if we were to use Azure Container Registry, we would have that option to select the registry we want to use. However, again, because we are using Docker, we can just put in the image and tag. We also have an option to select a development stack. In this case, we're going to leave it unspecified, but if you're using Java, select Java. If you're using .NET, select .NET. And finally, we have resource allocation. In this case, the default is more than sufficient, and you can also select CPU and memory configuration. So we'll now go ahead to the next section, which is ingress. Ingress, we decide how external traffic will reach our container app. If we enable ingress, Azure creates a public or private endpoint for HTTP or TCP traffic. This means users can access our app via URL. If we leave ingress disabled, our app remains internal and can only be accessed by other resources within the same environment or virtual network. For a typical web application, we'd enable ingress and choose port 80 or 443 for HTTPS. And that's all we need to do here. So I'm going to say accepting traffic from anywhere, and I'm going to leave everything else as default, again, as it is more than sufficient for the purpose of this demo. So we'll continue to tags. The Tags tab helps us organize and manage our Azure resources. We can assign key value pairs like environment and production or department equals finance, which makes it easier to group resources for billing, access control, or organizational tracking. For instance, if we want to see all resources tagged development, we can quickly filter them. In this case, we don't need to add any tags, so we're going to go on and review our configuration. So we're now on the Review and Create tab. This is our final checkpoint. Here, Azure displays a summary of everything we've chosen: subscription details, resource group environment, container configuration, ingress settings, and so on. Azure also performs a quick validation to ensure our configuration is correct. So we can see up here, it says passed. Once everything checks out, we can click Create, and Azure will start deploying our container app. So let's go ahead and now click Create. So you'll get a pop-up which will say that your container is being created, and it'll redirect you to a page where it shows that the deployment is in progress. It sometimes takes a couple of minutes, so I've gone ahead and already deployed an ACA instance that we will now use to dive into scaling. So we can see we have an app called My First ACA, and we can see the status as running. We'll go ahead and click on the application URL, and we can see, hopefully, that we will have a page pop up with just a hello world. And I think actually we have a very good example of one of the downfalls of scale to zero. So in this case, because I had not used the container app for some time, it had deprovisioned all the instances, and therefore there was a cold start, and it took a bit longer than required, or a bit longer than we would have liked for the hello world to pop up. So you can see it's really small, but it's up here. We have the hello world, so we can see that the container app is up and running. So let's go ahead and dive into the scale, auto scaling option. So under the application tab, you can go to scale, and here we have a couple of options. So this is how we configure auto scaling using Keda. At the top, we can set minimum replicas and maximum replicas to define how many container instances should run at any given time. Setting the minimum to 0, which it is 0, allows our app to scale to 0 when it's not in use, saving costs. Though it does introduce a cold start, which is exactly what we just faced, where the start time is a lot slower. The cooldown period is the time in seconds. So we can see here, actually, no, it's the time in seconds. And it is the time that we wait before scaling up or scaling down again, preventing rapid fluctuations. Meanwhile, the polling interval controls how frequently Keda checks for metrics or events, also in seconds. In the scale rules section down here, we can see different triggers and add different triggers. For example, a CPU-based rule scales the app up when CPU usage exceeds a certain threshold. An HTTP rule might scale based on the number of concurrent requests. You could also configure queue-based triggers if you're using something like Azure Service Bus. You can see an example of HTTP. You can see on our screen we have a rule called HTTP scale, and if we wanted to add a new rule, we could simply click the plus icon and pick a metric we want to monitor. And that brings us to the end of this process of creating and configuring an Azure Container App. In addition, real quick before we end, I did want to show you that there is a monitoring tab that you can use to get live statistics on your Azure Container App. And of course, right now, because it's not being used publicly, we can see that it's quite dormant. But this is also another great tool when trying to measure and monitor your application. So that's it. We've covered the entire process of creating an Azure Container App. From specifying the basics and container details to enabling ingress, organizing tags, reviewing our choices, and finally setting up auto-scaling rules. With this setup, your containerized application can respond dynamically to changes on demand, ensuring it enables performance while controlling costs. If you found this walkthrough helpful, please consider liking the video and subscribing for more Azure tips and best practices. In the next video, we're going to be setting up an ACA instance using the command line. So if that is of interest, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for sticking around, and see you soon.